Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is not looking too good. Let me explain. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing the most recent weekly update that just dropped and giving our thoughts about the current state of the game. This week's weekly update was surprisingly pretty short, with them recapping the current patch that came out, what they've noticed in the current state of the meta, as well as what we can expect in the next patch. But without further ado, let's jump right in and go over it. They kicked the update off talking about all of the issues that were reported to them and that they've noticed since they rolled out the first big bug patch. The biggest one being the fact that people get stuck on a loading screen when finishing an incursion mission. This is an issue that they need to address immediately, because now this is preventing more people from being able to play the game. They also go ahead to talk about the multitude of other issues that have been brought to their attention, such as the continuous login issues, some issues people are having within multiplayer, as well as some mastery progression issues, which is both good and bad at the same time. It's great that they're acknowledging that these problems exist and that they're working on it, but it sucks that this recent patch even brought these problems on to begin with. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know the first thing about video game development, but I know for a fact that it's almost impossible to predict what can cause these issues to come up in the first place. So all we can really do now is hope that they figure it out and fix it soon. The next order of business in the weekly update is what they saw from the current meta of the game. Here they talk about some of the builds that they've seen ever since the recent burn changes, as well as seeing people reach new mastery level heights, which is really cool. They even give us some info on what's coming with the first season, stating that the amount of incursion missions will be going up from 3 to 6, which is a blessing. Cause I don't know about y'all, but as much fun as the game actually is, grinding the same 3 incursion missions get kinda stale, which isn't fun for anyone. Last but not least, we get into the upcoming patches that they have planned. Like stated in the previous weekly update, they will be changing the boom and affliction immunity mutators, making it so that we don't have to hit crits to get rid of that affliction immunity in incursions, as well as for Harley and Sharks, when we shield harvest, the enemies don't decide to go. Moving on. One thing that piqued my interest was their changes to killing time, making it a more condensed area. Which, if you've played Killing Time, you know how annoying it could be traveling from one end of the map to the next, losing your combo meter, and then having to restart all over again. And that actually wraps up this week's weekly update. It was a lot shorter compared to the other 2 weekly updates, but that's not what's important right now. What I want to get into is what I was talking about before, how things aren't looking too good for Suicide Squad. Rocksteady has been fighting an uphill battle since this game's announcement, simply because it wasn't what people wanted. And because of that, they immediately wrote this game off. That was until the game came out and it actually started getting some positive feedback. But then, that's when the bugs happened. Ever since launch, there's been a countless slew of bugs and problems that Rocksteady has yet to fully fix. Some of these bugs fully prevent people from even playing the game, so they can't even experience it for themselves. And this is where I think a lot of Rocksteady's issues are stemming from. These bugs and issues are turning people off from what, in my opinion, is a very fun Sunset Overdrive-like game. I've seen all over my Twitter feed people getting attacked simply because they like and support this game, which is disgusting behavior, honestly. When did we honestly get to a point in gaming where you feel the need to attack someone simply because they like something you don't? My bad, I'm going completely off the rails here, but the problem still stands that Suicide Squad is in trouble. If Rocksteady doesn't address these issues that we're having as soon as possible, we might not even make it through half of the year with the game, which would honestly be a shame for all the content they have planned. DLC characters, new missions, everything. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Thanks y'all so much for coming through to this week's weekly update recap for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Please like and subscribe if y'all haven't already, and let me know down in the comments what do y'all think about the update and what do y'all think about the game's future. I love y'all, stay healthy, stay blessed, most importantly, stay positive.